in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
All right, a very good evening to all of my friends and relatives, well-wishers, and all of those folks who are waiting for us there to get started. This is a real good one today because, as promised, I have something for you that you're going to need for the holidays, and you better get your pen and paper because you have to write. So call your buddies and your neighbors and all of those people who you know that need it, and get ready to write, because let me see, this is about 3 weeks before, yeah, but you got ready 2 weeks because I gotta go see other people in other places in the week before the holidays, so you got this week and you got next week and maybe the other week, but you better take it now because you never know. You just never know. This has to do with the veggie pepper pot. This is not the Rasta, so I can't say apple pot. This is veggie pepper pot, and the whole wheat black cake and your veggie garlic chunks. Good stuff, that I eat every year. That is made by certain people because I don't really want to eat from too many people because I don't know what they put inside. You know what I'm saying? But this is the ingredients. These are the ingredients for the 3 major food items at the Christmas table. For those of you who don't use eggs and don't use things that are not really that wholesome for you, you got it coming. This is your day for your recipes, and you're gonna write. You're gonna write it down, and then you're gonna practice it. Right? You got some time to practice it, and then for the Christmas Day thing, you should be able to perfect it. Right? You should know how to make ginger beer, and you should know how to make sorrel. That's normal. That's I don't have to teach you that one. I shouldn't. If I got to teach you how to make ginger beer, then you need to go back to Carnegie, or go back to Grandma, because you're supposed to know how to make that by now, right? Anyhow, it's already into December, and it's just a few days away from the new year. Seriously, before you know it, it's going to be 2019, and all of you who make plans, Old Year's Day last year, Old Year's night, all of you who made all these plans to do all these things that didn't do any of them, shame on you, including losing the weight. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because that's supposed to have happened already, You're supposed to lose the weight. You're supposed to achieve the objectives that you set, that you swear that you're going to do. So all of you are going to be penalized for your lack of achieving your objectives because you did not commit. You did not commit yourselves. Don't tell me anything. I don't want no excuses. Don't tell me that that you wouldn't feel good and you were busy working and all that. You made a commitment and you're supposed to keep it, right? So shame on you, right? It's not going to happen in a few days if it doesn't if it hasn't happened yet. Major hasn't happened yet. You only have a few days, and it's going to be 2019, right? Some of you who listen to me may not make it to 2019. I hope that's not so. I hope you do, you know, because there's some people who don't listen. You know, you talk to them all the time, and they don't get it. They don't listen. They still do the things that they shouldn't do, and they end up in the same problems, and then they blame the doctor. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do the things. They didn't get the medicines. They didn't change their diet. You know, but they blame the doctor. And some are looking for a miraculous miracle. Some are looking for a miraculous miracle because they're in such a bad way. They waited until it's the last minute to try to get good help or real help, and for some it's already too late. They've gone on. For some of you, I hope not. You know, I don't like to see it, but you may not make it to 2019. It's the reality, because your cells are destroyed. Your body is at the end of the rope, and you know, you didn't make it. Like Bevan Curry. I got news late yesterday that he passed away in New York. He went on in New York. I express my condolences to the family, because Bevan was a young man. He wasn't an old person, and I don't know what went wrong, where it went wrong, and how long it went wrong. But when I was in New York, they were trying to get Bevan to see me, but I was leaving when they contacted me the next morning, and I didn't get to see him. You know, I don't know if that would have made a difference. We didn't know. You know, we can't tell now, because, you know, he's gone. He's dead now. But and that was cancer again. You know, so it seems as though this demon that they call cancer is out to create havoc in the lives of people, and because of the fact that what is needed to happen is not happening, some persons are becoming inflicted with cancer by proxy. In other words, they don't even know that they got it and how they got it, because they're eating the foods that are being produced and they think it's okay, but it's not, you know. And then there's some who know the food is not good, the things that they shouldn't eat, they're eating, and they're doing the things that are dangerous to their lifestyles, and they get it, and then they blame everybody else, you know, for them having it. But they themselves ate themselves into their graves, knowing that they were eating the wrong things. Right? I have this thing that I showed some time ago. Right? This looks like you can recognize it. You can make out what it is, I'm certain. I had this. I was going through my files last night looking for the pepper pot recipe for you guys, because it was since last year. You know what I'm saying? I gave it out, right? But I happened to find it, and I also found this thing here that says, you've probably all heard that red meat can lead to cancer, but it seems there's a reason behind it all, and it has finally been revealed. Okay? This is something I had tucked away, and I shared it with you some time ago. This same year I shared it with you, I know. And I don't think that it happened, or is happening because of the animal itself, right? It is happening because of what they do to the animals and what they give them, you know? So, my friends, here we go again. I say it over and over and over. In this country, we have an opportunity to change the pathway that is leading us to our demise. But because of greed and gluttony and lack of cohesiveness and care for the humans, we are going down the path of destruction because we're feeding the animals and the birds chemicals that are going to harm us. We're using chemicals in the farmyards, in the fields. And it seems like we're going to get more chemicals based on what I saw in the budget. You know, like I don't know who's advising my dear brother up there. I really don't know. But there's some things I wouldn't put in the budget. I wouldn't want to put that in a budget that was going to go worldwide. You're going to buy all these chemicals to put in the hands of the farmers. I would not have done that. Not when you're talking about a green state and all that sort of thing, you know. Chemicals destroys lives. Chemical destroys plants, soil, water. Those chemicals contaminate and they create havoc for humans. We should be looking at putting in a budget, and this is not hitting the minister, okay? It's the advisors. We should be looking to put into the budget funds to find a means, some sort of mean to the end of chemicals, so we can produce foods naturally. We don't even have maybe 750,000 people anymore. When I look at that announcement, I fall asleep looking at it. And I know you do too, because every station have it, radio, TV, they all, and it's all people dying all the time. I'm not saying that they're dying of the same reasons, but we need to stop the death that's happening in our country, and one way to stop it is by stopping the use of chemicals. We should be looking to go to an organic state and not, instead of an inorganic state. Look at what it's going to take. Get the scientists, get the labs here, get the children involved in the high schools, and get people involved in producing natural means to destroy or to preserve our vegetables and our fruits from the insects that are destroying them. You think those insects are coming up because of climate change? They're coming up because of the chemical changes. The chemical changes that we're putting into the earth. You know? I'm telling you guys. Anyway, I'm not the expert and I am not the one to make the changes. You know, I hope I can be there one day to try to save our nation from its demise. But we need to wake up. We need to turn the corner and stop arguing and fussing about who done it, and put your brains. I said this in a text last night to people who are arguing online on WhatsApp, talking about who done it, when they done it, and all that. Listen, it has been done already. What has been done is done. Okay? You can only punish people for what they do that was wrong, but you can't change what was done. We can change what we need to do tomorrow. We can change how we do it. We can change who is doing it. Whatever is done in the past is done. Why are we intelligent people occupying our time arguing about who done what? Put your brains together and come up with ideas to do things that will benefit all of us, including yourself, and stop arguing about who done it. If you got to punish them for what they did wrong. But it's done already. Stop wasting my phone with garbage, because I'm going to stop reading it and I'm going to block you. I'm going to put a block on it so I don't see that garbage. It's gone already. Come up with solutions to fix what is wrong here, and then I will listen. You know, intelligent people wasting time talking about who done it. I'm surprised. Right? Anyway, all that was happening for you to get your pen and your papers out. Okay? And maybe your DVRs or your DVD, whatever it is, to record what you're getting here. But which one you want first? You got 3 coming to you. You got pepper pot, black cake, and veggie garlic chunks. Dominique, which one you want first? Dominique must be gone. Dominique, you want pepper pot, black cake, or garlic chunks? I ain't hearing from Dominique. If I know Dominique, Dominique is going to want pepper pot first. If I know Dominique, Dominique's going to want pepper pot. So we're going to give out the pepper pot first, right? Maybe Valen. Valen, which one you want first? Pepper pot, black cake, or garlic chunks? See? Valen wants pepper pot. Veggie pepper pot. All right. Here's the formula to make some tasty, delicious, sumptuous veggie pepper pot. Don't want a beef thing. I can't touch this. You know, if you close your eye and eat this pepper pot, you can think you're eating beef. Trust me. All right. Half pound of the chunks. Half of a pound of the beef chunks. It's veggie beef. And you get it from our clinic there because we know it's organic. I don't know about the rest. I know that's organic, all right? One of the cans of vegetable steak, but we couldn't get that no other way because I don't trust the ones that are coming from a certain place, okay, that's frozen. But I know this one is coming from a place that uses coating in the tin to protect the tin from exposing to the flesh, right? So 1 tin of veggie steak and 1 tin of the choplets. Where do you get it from? You get it from our clinic. It's there. Fiona will help you to get it, and she's the mistress of that, right? So you go to the clinic there and you ask for your veggie steak, your veggie chunks, and your choplets. You gotta put the choplets or the pepper pot ain't gonna come out right. Okay? Now, you've gotta get calves rib. So you're gonna put the calves rib. You get good calves rib. Don't get brown sugar. I bought some calves rib the other day. And this person said this calves rib was so nice, so great. This is the best calves rib you can buy. And they put on their Pomeranian calves rib, right? So sometimes I would use the calves rib to put in stew, right? Because I do little things now and again. So when I put this thing in the stew and the stew finish, right? I'm eating this stew now with my food and I'm tasting something bitter. I'm saying, oh, what's bitter in here? What is bitter? When I check the calves rib, I didn't even taste it. When I taste the calves rib, just like they burn the sugar and make calves rib with it. Anyway, get some real calves rib that is not born sugar, all right? You're going to put the calves rib to taste, you know, as you cook the pepper pot, right? 1 ounce of cinnamon spice. We call it spice, 1 ounce. And you can use the bark. 1 ounce of cinnamon bark. Half an ounce of clove. You know, the clove, half an ounce. You're going to get some orange peel. You're going to get some oranges and peel it. And then just have it sit on there. So you start doing that now so it's kind of cure. You know, peel about 2 oranges and have the orange peel on the side, right? 1 ounce of star aniseed. And you might get that at Matthias, or we may have some, I don't know. But I know Matthias have it. 1 ounce of star aniseed. That's this aniseed with the stars, like it looks like a star. You're going to get salt to taste a little bit, right? And I would recommend iodized sea salt. You're going to get some pepper. You can't get pepper pot without pepper. I would recommend that you get some bird pepper, which is medicinal, but it's pepper. 6 leaves of broadleaf thyme. You know, I pick thyme from my yard, so I don't know where you get yours from. 6 leaves of organic broadleaf thyme, which grows in my yard, right? Quarter ounce of fine leaf thyme. 1/4 ounce of fine leaf thyme. Again, I picked that from my yard. I'm not going to tell you where my yard is because you're going to come looking for it, and you can get some problems, right? 1/4 ounce of fine leaf thyme. Dominique, don't come in my yard and pick my thyme. Okay? You're going to get some oil, and I would suggest that you get some sunflower oil, just a little bit, maybe let me see, 1/4 pint, right? 1/4 pint of sunflower oil, and you're going to get some sea moss. Okay? Sea moss is available. We may have some at the clinic, but I'm not sure where else. Maybe other places, other health food stores may have it. But you want to get the sea moss because the sea moss or Irish moss, it helps to make the pepper pot real nice and thick. Okay? We're not going to put cornstarch, but sea moss. Okay? Now, what you do with the sea moss is that you soak it and get the salt out of it, and then you boil it until it becomes like gel. Okay? It becomes like gel and you stop it and you let it cool, right? So what you're going to do first is that you're going to, this is not like the thing that you cook with the animal and so, you know, you're going to, you know, you're not going to kill anything here, right? You're going to add put your steak and your choplets and your chunks in the pot. Add your salt and your pepper a little bit, right? You're going to put your oil in there and you're going to kind of saute it. Turn it on the fire and saute it. And then when you feel that the meat is you know, sauteed fairly good, like 10 minutes or so, you add the casrip. Okay, you pour the casrip inside. Don't pour all the casrip you buy. Just pour enough casrip to kind of cover the meat. You're not gonna add the water yet, right? Then you're gonna add your spice and your clove and your aniseed inside, and then you're going to put in about, I'd say about 2 pints of water. Okay, about 2 pints of water, and you allow that to simmer, right? Simmer down. You're making this thing like pepper pot that you make with meat, you know, with flesh. It's made the same way, except you don't have to pressure it and all that. You just, you know, put everything inside. Listen, you can add everything in the pot one time in this pepper pot. Seriously. Okay, you could add everything inside one time except the sea moss, because the sea moss will make it real thick, and you don't want to make jello. You know, because if you add too much sea moss, you're gonna get jello, right? So you put the ingredients inside, and then you leave out the broadleaf thyme and the fine leaf thyme. You let that simmer down, and then when the meat is cooked, when the veggie meat is cooked nicely, you would taste it. You add more casrip to it until you get the taste you want, because everyone has a different taste. So you add casrip and a little bit of salt. Not too much salt. You don't want to add too much salt. Just a little bit, because it kind of breaks the sugar from the casrip, the sweet. So you're going to add your ingredients, and then when you get the right taste of the casrip and the flavor, you add your thyme, add your broadleaf and your fine leaf in the pot, let it simmer in there, right? And then you add your oil. You pour the oil, you want to see the oil on top, you know. It looks nice floating there, not much of it. You want to add it there. If you put coconut oil, it might change the flavor. That's what I'm suggesting, sunflower oil, all right? You just add about maybe half of the quarter pint that you have. You put, you know, an eighth of a pint, you pour it in there, and then you add the sea moss. You would put in about maybe 3 pot spoons of sea moss inside and stir it in and allow that to simmer. When it's simmered down and you get the right texture, you have to check for your texture. Okay? You allow it to simmer for about another 20 minutes or so. This whole thing takes about maybe 40 minutes to cook, right? So you save energy too, because with the other way, you got to be pressuring for days, seems like. Okay, so you would allow it to simmer for like another 35 minutes or so, total of 35 minutes, and then you would put in your pepper inside to taste, right? You add the pepper in after you add everything else. You put the pepper in there last, and then you let it simmer for another 5 minutes or so, and you turn the fire off. Okay, and you cover the pot and leave it. Let it just kind of soak in there real nice, right? And then you could taste that. Don't take no bread and taste it. You won't taste it without the bread. Okay? That's your pepper pot. All right? Now, your veggie garlic chunks. I think Valen would want to eat this because she thinks she likes to chew. So we're going to do the veggie garlic chunks now. That's a very simple one. You get about a half a pound of the veggie chicken. It looks the white one. Half a pound of the veggie chicken and a half a pound of the beef chunks. Veggie chicken chunks and veggie beef chunks. The chicken chunks is the plain white one, right? Half a pound of each. Half a pound of garlic, right? You get some vinegar, enough to cover it, okay? Enough to cover it in its dry state. You pour it in a pot or a container, right? And you get enough vinegar to cover it, and you just add some water inside just to let it go over the top. Let it sit in there, because it's going to swell, right? You check it every day. You do that from now, when you can check it every day, because that has to sit for a few days, you know. You don't cook that right away. That has to sit for like 7 to 10 days. So you put it in the water and vinegar, and you allow it to sit. Put the garlic inside too. You cut the garlic up and put it inside because you want this thing to kind of blend in there, right? Squeeze up inside there, nice. So you put it together and you cover it in maybe a nice bucket or a pan or something, and put it away. You know, you're putting it away for 7 to 10 days. That's what you're doing, right? Now, after the 7 to 10 days, you're going to be stirring it like every 2 days. You stir it in and make sure that it's, you know, if you see it, if it gets above the water, you pour a little more water, not more vinegar, a little more water to allow it to kind of soak in good. And at the end of the 10-day period, 7 to 10-day period, you would take that container out and drain all that liquid out of it. Just drain it out. Don't squeeze it out, drain it out. And leave whatever's in the flesh, in the meat, whatever's in the chunks, leave it there. Okay? Now, what you want to do now is get some more garlic. Get about another quarter pound of garlic, chop it up nice. Because remember, garlic is already inside, but you want to do a nice fresh thing. Some garlic, you want to get some thyme. Okay? Some fine leaf thyme you want to get. And some broadleaf thyme. And you want to cut up the broadleaf thyme small like the fine leaf thyme. Okay? And then you're going to get the frying pan and you put your oil in there first and a little bit of salt. Just a little bit of salt. Not much. Just a little bit. Okay? A little bit you sprinkle. You pick it up with your finger and sprinkle it around. And then you would add the meat in there, the chunks, and you know the 2 different chunks. You just add them in the pan, and you gotta get a big pan now, right? Big one, because you're making this thing. This is gonna be so good. So you add them in there, and you just keep stir frying them all the time. Just keep turning on the heat about medium heat on the stove, and just keep stir frying all the time. Just stir frying until it dries down nice. When it dries down, you add your pepper in there. Put your pepper in there, and you stir fry it in again, right? Stir fry it, and then you cover it down for about another, this whole thing would cook in about maybe 15 to 20 minutes. In the last 3 or 4 minutes, you cover it down and let it simmer on a low heat. Just simmer on warm maybe, and let it just all blend in there, and you turn it off. I promise you that when that cools, you can taste it in this warm state, not hot. When that cools down, you will not stop eating it. I normally take a toothpick and I just keep picking at them all the time. It tastes so good, right? And then you could refrigerate it, and you just eat when you want, man. This, you know, Christmas Day, you're good to go. That's your garlic chunks. Now, your black cake. Your black cake. 1 pound of butter. 1 pound of butter. 3/4 pound of brown sugar. Brown sugar. 1.5 pound of whole wheat flour. 1.5 pounds of whole wheat flour. 3 pounds of fruits. Preserve. Fruit. Preserve. Okay? 3 pounds. 1 pound of soy milk. 1 pound of soy milk. 1 ounce of cinnamon spice. 1 ounce of cinnamon spice. 1/2 pound of mixed peel. Okay, you're writing this stuff down because you gotta go get it, right? Mixed peel is like, you know, fruits that are processed, I guess, and kept there. 3 tablespoons of essence. You want to get mixed essence. 3 tablespoons of mixed essence. 1 ounce of baking powder. 1 ounce of baking powder. Get aluminum-free baking powder for your own good. If not, you gotta get baking powder, right? 1/2 tablespoon of clove powder. All right, 1/2 tablespoon of clove powder. That's for the flavor. Okay. 5 teaspoons of cinnamon. You're gonna use, you know, there's a mixed spice powder. It's like five spice, right? We normally have that. It gives the cake a real nice flavor, but you don't have to use that. What you would do is blend your butter. And I said butter, not margarine, butter. Blend your butter and your sugar together, just like you do in cake. You know, you whisk it in until the sugar blends into the margarine, not margarine, into the butter. Until your sugar blends into the butter. I know you're going to think margarine. Don't use that. It's bad for your veins, bad for your arteries, right? When you would have blended that in, you want to mix all of your dry ingredients first. Pour all of your dry ingredients in and then add your liquid. Okay? All of your dry ingredients in and then you add your liquid. Okay? In other words, you're going to blend in your flour, whisk it in, you know. You're going to blend in your milk powder, soy milk, blend that in, right? You're going to also blend in your cinnamon powder, your baking powder, your spice, okay? And your clove powder. You're going to blend all the dry flavor. See, the dry ingredients first. Blend it together. Refreshing water. You know this bottle, right? Men do carry pink too. Right? You blend all your dry ingredients and then you add your mixed peel, your fruits. You blend that in. Blend it all in until you get the right texture. You know how you get the texture? You take your spoon and you stick it down in the pan. And if it stands up straight, that's good. That's how my mother taught me. Right? You whisk everything in and you blend it in nicely. You will know. You can taste it too. Make sure it's got the taste that you want. It's not going to be too sweet. And then you stick your spoon in there. If it's not right, if it falls down, then you add a little more flour. Not much, just a little bit more until you get it to stay up. And you bake that cake. Start off at 225 degrees. 225 degrees for about maybe 25 minutes. Okay? And then you turn it to 325 for about another 20 minutes. Right? 25 minutes. And then 20 minutes. But you monitor it. You're going to smell the cake cooking. You're going to, you test it. It's not going to fall if you open the oven after the first 25 minutes. It's not going to fall. Right? But that cake should be done in about 45 minutes. You check it. If it's not done, then you put it back in for a few more because your ovens might not be, all operating the same way. And then when that's finished, you put it out, let it cool, and here you got your pepper pot, your garlic chunks, and your black cake. Boom. I promise you that if you make it the right way, you're going to eat your fingers, but save them because you're going to need them. Right? Can't tell me you don't get it. Okay? You did better than Channel 16. Channel 16 don't have this information yet, I was there last night, but I didn't find it before I got there. You're the first. You're the first to get it this year. So do it. And then let me know how it came out. Right? Okay, we're going to take some calls. Turn the volume down, please. Volume, volume, volume. I'm going to cut it off. All right, you didn't even know you got through. You didn't know you got through. I'm sorry about that. Try again. Try again. You might get through. Try again. But when you call, when the phone is ringing, turn your volume down, okay? Good evening.
Good evening. What do you do with the soya milk? Do you dilute it in water or you just put it in?
No, you mix it in like that. You blend it in with the butter and the sugar, and so you just keep whisking it in there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. No, you don't want to add this cake, you don't want to add no water to this cake. If you add water, you're going to get doughboy. Don't add no water. I ain't want you to tell me you don't give you no recipe, the cake come out like bread. No, don't add no water to this cake. I ain't telling you nothing but no water. Right? Don't add no water. Good evening.
Good evening. Do you sell the black cake?
It's there at the store. You can order it. You can order it indeed.
Okay then, thank you.
Why, you don't want to make it? You're frightened?
I don't think I have time to do everything. So if I would try the pepper pot and the garlic.
Okay, all right.
But I would order the black cake if it's necessary.
Yeah, you can get the black cake from the clinic. They've been taking orders and they've been making already. So.
Yeah, the other stuff from the clinic, like
You can get your chunks and your veggie steak and your choplets right there.
Right there. Okay then. Thank you.
Just ask for Fiona. Fiona got everything that you need.
Fiona. Okay then. Thank you.
You're welcome. Fiona got it locked, man. She got the stuff down there. Good evening. Don't dial the number you got through. Good evening.
Good night, Dr.
Why are you dialing and you got through? Turn your volume down. Oh man, why you do that? Anyway, good evening. Maybe you just want to say good evening. But next time when you call, if the phone is ringing, don't keep dialing. Just turn your volume down, right? So we're gonna have competition amongst the people who heard this tonight. They're gonna be making black cake. You know, I wish I could know who you are. I'll pass by your house and see if I could smell your cake or your pepper pot, and I'll know if you're coming out right. Good evening.
Good night.
Turn your volume down, please. Good night. How are you doing? Hello? Hello? Ma'am, why are you doing that? Maybe you just want to say good night. That's all right. Good night to you. Very good evening to you. Glad you're looking at the program. I hope that you're enjoying it. And I hope that you had your pen and you write this down. Yeah, I was saying, if I knew who you were, I would pass by your houses and I'd open my nose to smell your pepper pot and see if your pepper pot smell right. You normally know if this thing is right when you smell it, you know. And then, don't worry about the garlic chunks. That's got to come out good. If that don't come out good, then you need spanking, because that's supposed to come out good. Black cake, some people don't know how to make how to make cake, and some people don't. Actually, the pepper pot is also available at the clinic. I think Fiona has pepper pot too. She does. You can order your pepper pot. You can order your black cake, and I think you can order your veggie garlic chunks. I think so. Right? Call the clinic tomorrow at 231-6477. Call it tomorrow and talk to Fiona, and she would be able to advise you on your pepper pot orders, your black cake, or your garlic chunks orders. And of course, she has, she don't have all the ingredients there. I know she doesn't have all the ingredients there because I'm there, right? She has your chunks, your steak, and your choplets, okay? You can pick up your garlic and everything else from the regular store, you know. You can get your cashew from the GMC. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Haynes.
Good evening to you, and how are you?
Oh, I'm well enough. You are difficult to reach. I have something to discuss with you.
I'm not difficult to reach. How come?
Yes, I've been calling the office and whatnot to see if I can get some time with you to talk some things I don't want to talk on here.
So when you call, what happens?
I call to see you with the patient and this, that, and the other. I said, can I leave a number that the girl, the assistant, the attendant can call me back when you're free or whatever. Say that you're busy and this and that.
I'm really busy though, but
Yeah, I know you're a busy person.
but I can still listen. The best time to call is it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. Between 8 and 8:30.
Okay. And I was running the channels between this and the news, but I didn't quite remember if it was today or yesterday. So I barely got a part of the garlic chunks and some of the black cake, the preparation. So I don't know if before you go, should run that back. So people were writing like
Time might not permit.
I might not permit. I suppose if I call the office or so, probably you can help me get it up.
If you call the recipe is going to be at the office. If you're going to call for the recipe, then you'll have to call about.
Speak with you.
No, the girls will have it, but you'll have to call about 11 o'clock or 12 or so.
Oh, to get the recipe?
Yeah, and you know, if once they're not busy, they're going to give it to you.
Okay.
But I don't think I'll have time to give it back again. There's only 60 minutes left, and you know, it takes a little time.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, doctor.
But maybe if I get the time, I'm going to run it back through quickly, all right?
Yes. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you much.
Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, it's my life is a real busy one, and you know, God knows why He got me so busy. You know, busy trying to help people to feel better. That's it. Good evening.
Pleasant good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. I just hustling for share a little bit of peace.
Those tomatoes ripe yet?
Not quite. Doc, it's very important for myself and the viewing public. I find that the people purchasing this drink now in this bottle from the guy, this ginger beer and this cream soda, what have you, instead of making a little ginger with turmeric or what have you, I believe you should shine some light on that, you know, because you find a lot of people fighting up with this guy drink. I don't believe in it.
They're lazy, they're lazy, they're lazy.
Some light on that, it was good for go with the Black King.
All right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, let me see. He said shine some light on it, right? Let me see. I gotta let me see something. I gotta try and find out. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Okay. I shine a light on it, right? See? That's the light. That's the light I'm going to shine. I'm not going to shine any more light, right? I'm just kidding. Now listen. Don't be lazy, folks. Even if you buy the ginger beer from banks, make some ginger beer at home. It's not the same thing. Make your ginger beer. It's easy to make. It really is easy to make. You know, you can Google it and the recipe will come up. Seriously. It's not hard to make ginger beer with your spices and your ginger. You soak it down and, you know, I mean, it's not, you got to start from now and soak it down, right? And allow it to you know, to extract the ingredients, the spices and the ginger. You know, it's the ginger beer in the bottle is not really ginger beer. It's flavor that's added with sugar and things like that. When you make the real ginger beer, you're getting real ginger beer. And that ginger beer that you're buying is not going to taste good with that pepper pot that I gave you just now. Right? So if you want a pepper pot to taste right, you got to make your own ginger beer. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? All right, my brother. Thanks. Thanks for the input there. That's my good buddy there. And I shine the light. So I did both of them. I shined the light and I also, you know, talked about it a little bit. I'm looking at an email here. No, Gerald didn't come today. Gerald did not come. Sorry. And then you want me to send the recipe to you? Oh, I can send the recipe to you. I'll come by and pick it up. I ain't see you for a long time. Stop by and pick up a copy. Right? You know what? Listen, it is possible that you can come by and get a copy, but you have to pay for the copy, right? You pay $20 for the copy because you got to pay to get it copied. So you come by and maybe the girls can get you a copy of the recipe, right? We're going to copy some, and all three of them are on this one page. So if you come by, you're going to get a copy with everything on it, and you can keep it. Put it in the file. That way every year you can make it, right? That's not a bad idea. Thank you, my brother, for doing that. He said to send him a copy, but he's going to come by and get his copy, and then you can do the same thing. It costs you $20 because you're going to copy them, and you know, you can pick up a copy, right? Okay. What else is happening? Let me see. So many things. So many things going on. We're going to have Dr. Tatiana back here. Remember Dr. Tatiana who came, my teacher? She's going to be back here 2019, early March. We were trying to get her in February, but she's busy woman, teaching all the doctors wherever they are in the world. So we're going to get her here early March, and I'm going to try to see if we can get her to do some lecturing somewhere, you know, on certain, maybe online or maybe on our program here. Get her to talk about some things that you don't believe me when I talk. You probably believe her. So she'll be back here early next year. That's my instructor from the institution who taught me how to detect all these diseases that are in your body. She's going to be here again for a few weeks. She's planning to spend some more time. I convinced her to spend some more time so that she can impart some of her knowledge, and she can help me to work along with you guys to bring you, you know, bring you back online so you could, in line with your good health that you need. Okay? Someone came yesterday and we spoke about the hoax the foot bath thing that so many persons are being ripped off with, right? Google it, foot bath, real or hoax. Google it, go to YouTube and put foot bath, real or hoax, and you're going to see that the thing is a real hoax, right? You're spending your money there and you're not getting any help, and then you have to end up spending real money in a real place to get yourself helped, okay? Something I wanted to mention to some of you who are having problems with your arteries clogged. Listen, when you have arteries that are clogged, it's like having a pipe with food stuck inside the line for a long time, okay? It doesn't clear overnight. It doesn't just go away, right? It doesn't just go away. You have to take time with the right application to allow that plaque to come off of your blood vessels and your arteries. Some of you are having heart problems and you expect that it's going to fix overnight. No, it doesn't happen like that. Plaque does not go away that easy. Plaque takes time. And if you're having problems with your heart, like shortness of breath, and when you fatigue a little bit, you can't breathe properly, and you're taking treatment, you need to relax. You need not fatigue yourself. You need to allow your body to heal. And if you go out there and you're working, doing all sorts of things, then you're going to have problems because you're not getting enough blood and oxygen flowing to your organs. It could be your brain, your heart, your liver, you know. And this is because you're eating foods that are loaded with fats. Some of you fry everything in the wrong oils. Don't fry in olive oil, please. I don't care who tell you that. Don't fry in olive oil. Olive oil is a beautiful oil and it's very good in a cold state. In other words, when you finish cooking whatever you're cooking, you can take some of the olive oil, a little bit, and pour it and stir it in. But don't cook with it because it is going to clog your arteries. The composition changes and it becomes harmful. Do not cook with it. Okay, many of you are using the right oil to do things, but you're using it the wrong way. Okay, if you want to cook with something that is oily, use a little bit of olive oil. I mean, a little bit of coconut oil, sorry. A little bit of coconut oil, not olive oil. A little bit of coconut oil or a little bit of sunflower oil, not olive oil. Olive oil, good for salads, beautiful. You can put your spices in there, you know, and leave it in the olive oil bottle. Add your clove and your cinnamon and your pepper and all that. Make a beautiful salad dressing, just cover it and leave it there, right? And then you can also, when you make your pastas or your vegetables, when you finish, you can just pour a little bit inside and stir it in, but not with the heat. Don't do that. You're going to kill yourself. All right? And remember again, those of you who are suffering with conditions like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, you want to be careful with this season because you get carried away and you're going to get your blood sugar to go real high and your blood pressure is going to go real high too. I want you to be here in 2019. Okay, I don't want you to be history. All right? So please eat according to your condition. Eat according to your condition. If you have high blood pressure, stay away from the fats, stay away from the salts. Don't cook with cubes. Don't cook with algae. Don't. It's bad for you. Okay? Cubes have algae inside. They call it monosodium glutamate, MSG. You cook with it, with the cube, you're going to hurt yourself. Your sodium level is going to go up high. You're going to give yourself some chemicals that's going to cause you to have problems with cancer and all of that. It's proven. Not me saying that. It's proven. Okay? The holiday season is here. Do not smoke barbecue. If you got to barbecue something, put it in the oven and put the sauce on it. Don't smoke it. Stop using smoked barbecue flesh. You're going to kill yourself. Seriously. You're going to get all kinds of problems, including cancer. All right? Be very choosy with what you're doing with your life, because there's only one you have. And again, consume liquor as if you don't want to drink it. All right? Take a little bit of wine maybe. But the hard stuff, don't do it, man. Don't do it. You're going to destroy your brain. You're going to destroy other people, your liver, your pancreas. You know? Please. I'm very concerned about what is happening here in our country in many ways. And I know we got to make some serious changes, because it's not going right. It ain't going right. When I talk with the pensioners, you can see in their faces, they want to get help, they're sick. There's no money to take care of things. They can't even buy food. I feel so sorry for them when they come there, because they got to pay for the medicines, and I import them. And I pay duty on them. And I pay shipping on them, you know. That's what kills everything. You know, we should not be paying duty on food, period. We should not be paying duty on medicines, natural or the other one. I say the other one because that one is really just killing people. Okay? It has its purpose, but you're going to take it and it's going to create problems for other things in your body. Chemicals are not good for us. We're not chemical-driven humans. We're naturally driven. We're organically driven. Okay? We need to also change the laws, because people who are looking to get help the natural way should be able to be recompensated by their insurances. It needs to happen. You know? Lots of changes need to be made. I don't know who's advising who, but we need people to be in a position who know what it takes to develop people, to bring people to a state of good health, to bring them to a state of you know, wealth and not poverty. We need to be able to teach people how to get out of poverty. You know, we need to be able to provide institutions that they can work and earn and cut the crime rate down. We need to find a place that those who don't have the education can go and learn a skill, that they can come out and be contributors and not menaces. We need people who will enact those laws. Apparently, many persons are not seeing that. We are importing a lot of vehicles, and we're not making new roads. We're not even repairing the ones we have. Yes, we're trying to do some things on the East Coast Highway and, you know, coming down the road and so, but what about maintaining what we already have? Until you get to that point where you're replacing what you already have. Repair it so that people can drive in peace. You know what I'm saying? And you people who are spraying the bug sprays in your house, mesh your windows. Put mesh on your windows. Put mesh on your doors. And keep the mosquitoes out, because they're giving you chikungunya. They're biting you. They're giving you malaria. Talking like some people. Malaria. You know? You have to spray chemicals. It's damaging your liver. maybe you'll understand me better when I talk like that. Right? But when you spray these chemicals, get out of the house, because when you inhale the chemicals, you're damaging your lungs, your liver. The chemicals are getting into your bloodstream and you're destroying yourself. I don't know how many times I got to talk the same thing over and over and over. But the best thing to do is to keep the pests out. The best thing to do is to make your drains run. Cut the grass around the house. Keep the mosquitoes from you know, manufacturing their own. We've got to do better. A whole lot better. We're not ready yet for a lot of things. You know? So, hopefully, in time to come soon, we will find the right people to do the right things for us. Hopefully, because obviously we haven't found them in a long time. I was communicating with the same people who were fussing last night online. Look at South Korea. South Korea is 50 years old. We are 51 years old. I can compare to other countries too. Compare South Korea with Guyana and see where we are and where they are. They are 50 years old. We are 51. Soon to be 52. Since we got independence and since they got independence. Look at where they are, look at where we are. Something is really, really wrong here. Something is wrong here. We need to develop people. To develop a country, you got to develop people. All right? Now, it's time to go. I'll take a last call. Quick. Oop, I missed it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for listening. I hope I didn't bore you. You got the ingredients. If you need any information, call the clinic. Please put the number up there for me. Quickly, 231-6477. 231. Call that number tomorrow morning up there and get Fiona, and she can answer all your questions about the food. Dr. Haynes saying good night. God bless you. So long. Good evening. I'll take your call.
Hi, good evening.